What's going on, fellas? Today I'm going to be teaching you how to tie my favorite catfishing rig, and it includes a three-way swivel, so you won't get tangled. So, it's winter here, and it's cold, and it's nasty, and it's gross. I spend this time here in Maryland tying rigs, learning new rigs, and setting up for the next season. This is a very crucial time for me because I'm researching, I'm strengthening my skills, I'm learning more stuff at this time so that I can execute when it comes time for season. I wanted to talk to you guys about a catfishing rig that I like to use. Now, I know there's a lot of different rigs you can use for catfish. Catfish aren't the hardest fish to catch. They'll pretty much hit whatever on a hook. The tricky part is deciding what rig to use and in what water conditions are you fishing. Now, if you're fishing a pond with still water, no movement, nothing under there, hardly any structure under there, you can pretty much use any rig for catfish. A Carolina rig, high-low rig, fish finder rig, any of that will work just fine. I know a lot of people think that catfish are exclusively bottom feeders, but that's simply not true. Catfish eat everything. They're scavengers. They eat pretty much everything, and there are some species of catfish that go out and hunt for live fish, such as the gaff-top sail catfish. I know that blue catfish will hit lures even sometimes. So the rig I'm going to explain to you guys how to use is really good for moving water. This is a little bit more tricky because anytime you have moving water and structure on the bottom, that oftentimes comes to a snag. This rig is tied with a three-way swivel. This is your main line, this is your sinker line, and this is your hook line right here. The main line gets tied up here. Okay, this goes to your reel, and I'm using an improved clinch knot for this. If you guys don't know how to tie the improved clinch knot, I have a tutorial on that. I will include a link to this as well, but it's a very simple knot that I think everybody should know. And it takes a matter of seconds to tie at this point for me. And it's a pretty quick knot to tie. And for demonstration purposes only, I'm going to be using this thick yellow neon braid just so you can see. So this is your main line onto your reel. Okay. Now this is going to be your sinker line down here. And I'm going to do an improved clinch on this too. Okay. So now for the sinker line, you want to think of how high up you want your bait to be sitting. So if you want it closer to the bottom, I would cut it closer to the bottom. But if you want this rig to actually be sitting up higher off the ground, just like this, maybe so that the hook doesn't snag a rock down here or something, I would cut it a little bit longer, just like this. And now the important part about a three-way swivel is that all three of these loops spin. So moving water, actually, it's fine to fish this in moving water because it all spins and your line won't get tangled up. It won't get that twist tangle. So now let's tie the main line on. Exactly the same way. You're going to do an improved clinch knot or whatever knot you see fit. Main line, hook line, sinker line. So now your hook line, you don't want it too long. If it's as long as your sinker line, there's chances that it's going to get wrapped around there. So usually I like to cut it about half the length of the sinker line right here. I like to use a bait hook right here, and these have little spikes right here so that your bait will sit on there just a little bit better. Same thing, improved clinch knot on here. And there we go. Now we're going to tie the sinker on, and here's our rig. Now this is an awesome rig because this can all spin around with the water. It can go crazy underwater and it won't get tangled up. This three-way swivel is very important. And I recommend this for moving water. Like I said, catfish will pretty much hit whatever rig. What you need to do is tie according to the water. the water that you're fishing. And that's my little tutorial on how to tie my favorite catfishing rig. I hope this was helpful to anyone out there who is suffering from winter season. Maybe this will give you something to do. Practice tying this rig up for your catfish in the future. And if anybody needs any more help, we have got a boatload of stuff at senkoskipper.com to help you. Here's an example. We've got all sorts of adventure kits here that come with a full guided tutorial on how to catch fish in specific locations. I've got pier fishing, I've got inlet fishing, and I've got surf fishing. And what I'm showing you right now are the bundle packs right here that come with the super salty squid. And we've got a super sale going on these right now, senkoskipper.com. I think that they're 44% off right now. Check it out. Anyways, it was nice to talk to you guys. I hope that this was helpful. I'll see you next week.